balance as well as life balance. Very, very important. Good physical balance is very important for our physical health. Good life balance is very important for our physical, mental, spiritual, emotional health. So, how is your balance? Are you balanced physically? Are you balanced in your overall view and activities in your life? So, on a scale of 0 to 5, how balanced are you physically? If 0 is the answer, there's a problem. How balanced are you in terms of your overall life? Again, if 0 is the answer, there's a problem. So let's take a look at this problem. I'm going to give you 3 ways to improve your physical balance in this video. In the next video, I'll give you some ideas about how to, number 1, understand what your priorities are. Okay, before we can balance our life, we need to know what our priorities actually are. All right, so physical balance. Let's say you are working on improving your physical balance. And if you're not, I hope you consider doing so, because it is so important as we get older that we maintain a good level of balance. So one very, very simple way to do this is just to stand on one foot, see how long you can stand like that, and then switch feet, see if one side is better than the other. I would recommend doing this several times a day. If you need to use a chair at the beginning, that's perfectly acceptable. A chair or a wall, or even a training buddy, someone that can spot you to make sure that you don't fall. Okay, so do your best to add this to your everyday life. Okay, now that's not one of the big tips. The big tip that I want to give you, number 1, is this. As you work on improving your balance, make sure you keep your breath in your center. A lot of us carry a lot of tension in our chest and in our neck, and so our breath is held up high like this. This is not good for balance, and it's also not good for emotional control, which is an important part of maintaining good balance. So instead of holding tension here and breathing from here, I want you to learn to relax your chest, drop your breath to your center, and do your best to maintain it in that place. So the center is right about where your stomach is, maybe a little bit lower than your actual stomach. Now, how do you maintain your breath there? It takes practice. So over time, this is what will happen. First couple days, you'll feel your breath rise up, and then you'll stop, you'll place it back to the center again. And it's going to keep doing this. It will be very situational, meaning that if you're in a stressful situation, you will feel your breath rise up. The main thing, the most important thing is awareness right now. If you can develop a good sense of awareness of where your breath is and then move it back to where you want it to be, you'll find that your breath will almost automatically drop right to your center the moment you think about where your breath is. And then over time, it just stays there, okay? So number 1 is maintain your breath in your center. So when you practice balance drills, like just standing on one leg, make sure your breath is here. If your breath rises, and it will rise if you start to fall, because our natural instinct is to be afraid when we're about to fall. And when we experience fear, our breath will rise, our shoulders come up, and our body will disconnect from our center, which makes it more difficult to stay balanced and easier to fall. Okay, so as you do this, keep your breath low, breathe from your center, try to make sure that your chest doesn't move as you breathe and shoulders come up. Allow your stomach to move as you breathe. Okay, so that is tip number 1. Maintain your breath in your center. Tip number 2. This one is maybe not quite intuitive. Not that the first one was, but this one is not very intuitive. It's not something you usually think about when it comes to balance. And that is maintain good strength and flexibility and suppleness in your ankles and in your feet. So our feet, almost as much as our hands, have a lot of articulated joints. And we want to make sure that those joints can move as much as possible, but have strength in them so that they can handle the changing, say, slopes, terrain that you're walking on, or even the upset of your balance from your upper body. that your feet can help you compensate. If your feet are very stiff or your ankles are very stiff or weak, there are things you can do to strengthen them. But right now, I want you to just think about simple exercises to move the ankle, move it around nice and gentle, and to also move your feet. Move your toes and twist your feet a little, kind of like this, okay? Now, over time, if you do these exercises, then you'll find that your feet become a little bit more, a little bit more able to adapt. One big sign, if you're going to do this exercise, that your feet need some work, is do your feet pancake when you put your foot on the floor. By that I mean your foot should spread out just a little bit. If it sticks like a brick, we got a problem. We got to work that foot so that you can maintain good balance, and also that will hopefully reduce the chances of injury in your feet, your ankles, and even in your knees. Okay, so number 2, maintain good flexibility, suppleness, and strength in your feet and your ankles. Now, there are tons of videos on YouTube that you can look up. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I recommend, then check out the description, and I'm going to put a link there to sign up for our email list, and I'll get to you a very basic video on balance, but it's also very good. Anybody can improve their balance by watching this video. Okay? And also talk a little bit and demonstrate how to move your feet a little bit more in order to build that flexibility. All right, so again, number 1 was keep your breath in your center. Number 2 is maintain good flexibility and strength in your feet and ankles. And number 3, close your eyes. Why would I do that? Why would I close my eyes? It's probably what you're asking right now. Well, if you stand on one leg and you can do this without moving very much and you feel very stable, the next level of challenge is this. If you close your eyes, you will find that your body is going to be moving a lot more than it was with your eyes open. Partly because your eyes are used to take in data to help your brain balance your body. To compensate, your body has to rely on the feet and other sensory perception in terms of inner ear, where your center is located, where your knee is over your second toe, or whether it is or not. It has to rely on all these other points of data. And the eyes then are just shut off for the moment. And so you're going to find again that this is easy, but then this, you probably move around quite a bit and struggle. But after time, over time, and it doesn't take years, it may take weeks for your balance to improve when you're standing on one leg with your eyes closed. This will make standing with your eyes open on one leg even easier. Okay? And you'll find that your balance will improve faster if you challenge the system. So closing your eyes, standing on one leg will challenge the system. Again, this one is next level. So the first level is stand on one leg with your eyes open. Once you can maintain your position without too much bobbling, and just because you bobble doesn't mean you have horrible balance. If you fall, that's when you have a problem, okay? So if this happens, just keep your breath in your center, allow your body to recenter itself, and you'll find again, your balance is going to improve. So once you hit this phase where you can stand like this for, say, at least a minute, maybe 2, then go to the eyes closed exercise. And even if as your body moves, keep your breath in your center, allow a little bit of this movement because it will help your body recenter itself. And then you'll find when you open your eyes, your balance is really good. Okay, so those 3 tips. Number 1 was what? It is keeping your breath in your center. Number 2, make sure that you maintain good flexibility and strength in your ankles and in your feet, the joints of your feet. And number 3, close your eyes as you work on your balance. All right, again, if you want to learn a little bit more about balance, sign up for join our email list, and I'll send you this video. This video is the first lesson in a video course from a class that I created called Restorative Energetic Movement. The basis of that class is As we get older, we don't have to succumb to the issues of joint pain and muscle tension. If we learn to breathe correctly, we can move better. And if we learn to line our joints up better, then we'll find that our joints will love us for the rest of our lives, okay? So if you're interested in that, check out the description and check out the next video on life.